The ball you have thrown in your past life, or maybe when you were a child, or maybe a year ago, which you don't remember now, it was still in motion. Now it is about to land, and the moment it lands, it will create the event which is clashing with the event you are trying to manifest. Right? So it nullifies it. No, this cannot happen now because it has to happen first. That was your intention, which you set it in the universe, maybe in your previous life. Because from a big mind point of view, there are no different lives. It's just you, always. So this is where the idea of surrender comes into picture. So whatever you want to achieve, first you have to be self-honest that you are having complete agreement in your whole mind. And from whole mind perspective, I'm saying your intellect, your emotions, your reproductive centers, and your memory. Now, what do I really mean by reproductive center? From a biological point of view, the reproductive center basically means human wants to recreate another human. Right? But this concept is amazing. Now, what is this concept? If you keep drinking coffee every day, the cell says, I want to have more coffee. I want to have coffee all the time. Why? Because in our system at cellular level, there is this mechanism called reproduction, which is helping us to propagate. But it does not create the difference between good and bad. It only likes creating. So once you get yourself on a drug, then it says, I want more drug. Right? I just want to have drug. Now, I think now I'm realizing in astrology, we have a planet called Rahu. Rahu is that. Rahu is that mechanism from astrological language that says, I want more. I want to recreate. I want to reproduce. It does not know the difference. But this is where you have to use your other planets, other mechanics given to you by the larger system, that you also have a Mercury. Mercury says, no, this is not good for you. Right? You don't know the difference. You just want to recreate. So this is not good for you. And if you are having good relationship with Mercury, Rahu says, yeah, okay. It's not good for me. I won't have it. Right? And then it's like, okay, then what do I really need to have? Then Jupiter says, through wisdom, through better knowledge, you want to have this. And it's like, okay, I'm clear. I want to have this. But then you are not disciplined. So Saturn says, okay, I'll give you discipline. You need to be disciplined in order to have it. You have to keep holding on that intention. So see how many forces are playing in your mind. Right? Now, out of astrology, astronomy came out. At the same time, out of these esoteric sciences, psychology and neuroscience came out. Now they have started giving it different names. They call it intellect, they call it emotions. And when it goes beyond that point, the big mind we are talking about. Now, if there are karmas in your system, they want to manifest now, because this is where the real time is coming. It's like the seed was planted, but the season hasn't come yet to give you fruit. Like those people, they do the crop of bamboos. If you plant the seed of bamboo today, it will take 5 years. Right? Now, someone who has been planting only those seeds, they are giving result within 1 year. Now that this person suddenly starts feeling unlucky. It's like, maybe I'm unlucky. I put the seed. It is not giving me the fruit. Now this person does not have the understanding that this particular seed is bamboo and it takes 5 years. Now you cannot question why bamboo takes 5 years. Exactly in the similar way, we have some desires. They might take 20 years. But you are comparing with some other desire which took only 1 year. So when you are self-honest, when you tried everything, whatever was in your capacity at intellect, emotional, biological, social, whatever levels you are considering there, after that, if it's still not taking place, then you have to surrender. Because what else you can do it? Because it's beyond your understanding. So you have to surrender. And once you surrender, and when it takes place, then it becomes your understanding. Then you realize, oh, this was bamboo. Bamboo takes 5 years. And then you become the pioneer, and then you start teaching people. If you want to have bamboo, you have to wait for 5 years. Right? I'm doing exactly the same thing. After understanding this thing, I'm coming here, I'm saying there are few karmas which you have created, which are blocking your current karma. And blocking again, it's not like for positive or negative. It is what it is. Because we are very complex system. We are not able to understand that. So once you understand that, once you surrender, what happens? Either it will manifest in this life, or if your desire is so strong and you died before that, maybe accident can happen, maybe you are out of your body's capacity, then it will come again. It has to, because nothing goes waste there. Every single thought, every single word we are uttering is being registered there. It's in the cloud. In the way, if you have subscription to your cloud, everything, every single picture you are taking, but just automatically it gets stored there. You just have to pay for the subscription. So exactly in the similar manner, whatever you are doing today, whatever efforts you are putting, nothing goes in waste. Everything is being recorded there, because the system is such, it records everything automatically. That's how it works. And then algorithm works in such a way, then it starts giving you result. Now, I'm going to use final analogy to simplify the whole idea of manifestation. The way you use ChatGPT or any AI, manifestation works exactly in the same way. Now you have some intention with your question that I want to understand this, and you give a prompt to ChatGPT. Then what ChatGPT does, it goes to the memory bank called internet. It goes there and it finds the answers for you, and then it gives you the answer and it manifests on your screen. Now this is happening in millisecond. Now exactly in a similar way, God created the world. God had the intention to create the world. And then there were resources available. Whatever resources God could have gathered, it gathered, and then it started producing, and then it became the earth. Now, you can put this into any context. With sophistication and complexity, it takes more time, it takes more resources. But the idea is always the same. It always begins with your desire. But if there is a doubt in that desire, you have to take care of the doubt. Then that desire becomes the intention. Now keep holding on that intention, and if your ego is not attached to it, you will be able to differentiate things. What are the resources you need? It will keep coming to you from here and there. Sometimes you find it's random. Nothing is random there. Okay, so to begin with, the first thing is you have to understand what kind of doubt you are having. If your doubt is that you don't have enough knowledge, you can go and read about it. You can read books, you can watch videos. And if another doubt is you don't have money, then you see, can you borrow the money from someone? Or if you can't borrow, can you do some work to collect that much amount of money? Now you have money, you have knowledge, but now you are holding on some traumas from the past. Now you might have to go through some therapy, right? So there are two kinds of doubt. One is you can take care of it today. Another is maybe it keeps coming to you and you are not aware what exactly that is. There is some feel about it, and it was like, I tried everything, still I'm not able to understand what exactly that is. This is where ultimately surrender comes into picture. That maybe then you have to have this assumption that maybe there is something beyond my control I'm not able to understand, so I'm just going to leave it on time. Or if you have a belief in some god, you might say, okay, I worship this particular god, particular deity, that he or she will take care of it. So this is where either you use the idea of karma, that maybe, I did something in the past that is not helping me to fructify this, or maybe this is not my time. Because of that, I have to wait for some time. Or maybe God wants something better for me, so I have to believe in that idea. But ultimately, as far as doubt is concerned, if you are self-honest and if you are multidimensional in approach, and when I say multidimensional, what I'm trying to say here is that intellectually, emotionally, materialistically, you are considering every single thing which you need as a resource to manifest something. More than 90% time you get the answer there and you can get rid of it. The remaining maybe 5 or 10% is something beyond your comprehension of your mind. You just have to leave it on time or on the idea of big mind. That's how I look at it.